Well, Clark's saying, you already hit me in the eye. Can you give me a moment here of space?
And then Mabrey.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to TFD. So yeah, we've got a little situation on our hands, and it revolves around Marina Mabrey trying to explain her side of what went down. And let's just say Indiana Fever fans and Caitlin Clark supporters are definitely paying attention. Everybody remembers that heated June 17th matchup. The tension in that game was already sky high, and things really boiled over late. You had the confrontation involving Jacy Sheldon, emotions running wild, players stepping up for teammates. The whole thing felt like it was seconds away from chaos. But the moment that truly shocked people was that hard slam involving Clark. That's the play fans haven't forgotten. Now, Marina is speaking out, basically admitting she let her emotions take over and went too far. And honestly, that's what a lot of people were saying from day one. This wasn't just physical basketball to many fans. It looked personal, it looked emotional, and it looked like frustration spilling over. And let's be real, the game itself wasn't going their way. The score gap, the intensity, the trash talk, everything was building. When competitive fire turns into anger, that's when mistakes happen. That's what Marina is saying now. She lost control in the moment. But here's the big question. Does admitting it now actually change anything? Fans remember how it felt in real time. They remember the reaction, the retaliation, and how quickly things escalated. So yeah, this situation isn't just about one play anymore. It's about accountability, emotions, and everything that comes with high-stakes competition. Let's get into it. So, Marina Mabrey went on Sue Bird's podcast and finally addressed what many people believe was clear targeting and crossing the line with Caitlin Clark. But here's what really makes the whole situation look wild. Earlier, you're in the tunnel, in the huddle, trying to be friendly, walking up, shaking hands, making conversation, while Clark is surrounded signing stacks of autographs. Fans everywhere, cameras everywhere, energy high. Then, the game gets out of hand. The scoreboard isn't looking good, emotions rise, and suddenly that friendly vibe disappears, replaced by frustration that boils over into a hard, aggressive play that had everyone talking. That's why people are still reacting the way they are. The switch felt instant, from smiles to serious contact. So before we break down what Marina actually said, let's rewind and look at the play itself.
Scrape across the face.
Well, Clark's saying, you already hit me in the eye. Can you give me a moment here of space?
And then Mabrey.
All right, watch this sequence again. Jacy Sheldon is already playing super physical, reaching, crowding, getting right up in his space. You can feel the tension building. Players chirping, bodies bumping, emotions running hot. Then out of nowhere, Marina Mabrey steps in and delivers that vicious hit that had the whole arena buzzing. And the craziest part? No ejection. None. Fans screaming to throw her out, but the refs just let it go. That moment had people questioning everything. The officiating, the accountability, all of it. Folks pointed straight at leadership too, including Cathy Engelbert and WNBA officials. That right there, that's the play everyone still argues about. Now, let's listen to what Marina Mabrey had to say on the situation.
Balance, like, what do you think is like a perfect
Like,
balance
I think,
for it?
Like, I'm 100% like aware. I know when I went too far with things, like, and it's like shameful. It's like, really, Marina, like, that was ridiculous. So, like, for example, the Caitlin thing, like, when the play was over and everyone was like, that was obvious that my emotions of us losing and losing and losing, and then she's like low-key punking our team on top of it. Like, that was too far. Like, that was too.
Oh, so now it's about emotions? You're telling people you couldn't control yourself like a grown adult? Come on, losing happens. But if you're frustrated, go win some games. Fix your play. Don't take it out on Caitlin Clark because things aren't going your way. That's not competitiveness, that's losing control. And let's be real. When you keep losing, the pressure builds. Everybody gets that. But targeting someone out of frustration isn't the answer. That's why fans are calling it out.
Much. But then when you go to like Unrivaled this season, and like the little scuffle between me and Suge, like that was perfect. Because it was just enough that it like fueled me and the team. But then on the flip side, like when we were in Indiana and it was, everyone's booing us, like it feels like shit. We end up losing by like 25. And it's like, Marina, that's your fault, buddy. Like, you can't do that.
Marina Mabrey saying emotions took over doesn't make it okay. It just explains the mistake. It's like, what does accountability even look like here? Because if you really listen to what she said, it doesn't sound like genuine remorse for what happened to Caitlin Clark. It sounds more like regret over the reaction, the crowd turning, the momentum shifting, the boos raining down as the Connecticut sun walked off the floor. That's what seemed to bother her most. Not the action itself, but the fallout. And then to turn around and still justify it later, that's what confuses people, because this pattern keeps showing up. Physical play is one thing. Basketball has always been physical, but some moments feel way beyond that. Yet certain players keep framing it as just intensity or competitive fire. Even leadership messaging hasn't helped. When Cathy Engelbert talks about physicality energizing the game, some fans hear that as approval. And that's where frustration grows. Because when lines get blurred, people start wondering what the standard really is. You see incidents involving Marina Mabrey, Angel Reese, and others, all these heated, overly aggressive moments, and fans start connecting dots. Some feel like the WNBA is leaning into the attention. Controversy trends, clips go viral, social media explodes. But is that really the best long-term strategy? But some players might be realizing something now. When moments like that happen, they don't just stay on the court. They affect opportunities. And let's be honest, one opportunity a lot of players would love is playing for the Indiana Fever. Why? Because the exposure alone can change everything. Brand deals, visibility, fan growth, all of it. Just look at how Sophie Cunningham has risen in her profile. Her brand took a serious leap. Some people even rank her among the most marketable players in the league now. That's what happens when you play for a team with massive attention, what many fans are starting to see as America's team. Because here's the reality. Most fans want to watch greatness. They want to see elite playmaking, big scoring nights, skill, competition, and star power. They don't want stars constantly getting knocked around to the point where injuries become a real risk. That's not good basketball, and it's definitely not good business. Frustration isn't an excuse. Losing isn't an excuse. Feeling disrespected isn't an excuse. Competing hard is part of sports. Losing control is something else entirely. And that's why people are divided. Some fans have already checked out emotionally. Others are waiting to see if standards change. So what about you? Do you forgive Marina Mabrey for what happened? Let me know what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe.